Hello everyone and welcome back to NBA Jam here on Classical Music, as always on LUFC. My name is Music Man, and tonight as we follows the Infernos team, they will be going up against the Milwaukee Bucks, coming off of a clean, it was pretty clean, but it was also pretty dominant win for them from the Chicago Bulls last time around. And this time around, they have their full roster coming into this match. Kobe Bryant is back in the game. He's going to be playing tonight. I think he's going to be starting like he used to do. So we're going to get a full roster from the Infernos going in tonight, and they're hoping to keep their win streak going after beating the Bucks tonight. If they can beat the Bucks, all sources say, yeah, they are going to win tonight. But with all that said and done, gonna keep it nice, sweet, and simple. Let's go over to the field in which the coin gods have determined this match is going to be taking place. All right, here we are at the Infernos arena as they warm up for their games up against the Milwaukee Bucks, coming off of a 2-win streak just last week against the Bulls. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. We got Desmond Mason and TJ Ford and Tim Thomas in on the Bucks side of things, and of course on the Infernos, familiar faces Rodney B, Kobe Bryant, and Zydrunas Ilgakis as we go over with the tip-off. And Rodney B, of course, brings it home within the first few seconds of the match, first 5 seconds of the match, actually getting an early lead for the Infernos. However, TJ brings it, ties it right up, responds right away. That's what you're going to have to do against this Inferno team, looking so strong, especially when Rodney B is in playing that leadership role. Ilgakis goes in for the alley-oop and successfully lands it in the faces of the Bucks. But the Bucks aren't over yet. Thomas tries to go in for the alley-oop himself, but gets rejected by Rodney B. Rodney passes the ball to Brian, who goes in for an alley-oop for now a 4-point lead up against the Bucks. Rodney goes in for the steal. Kobe tries to give the alley-oop back, tries it again against Rodney, but it's not working. Loose ball in the air eventually goes into the hands of Milwaukee. DJ Ford goes in for a 3 and nails the 3 from beyond the arc, keeping the game as close as it possibly can be. However, the hotspot is ready for the Infernos. Rodney is the one that uses it and drills in, literally, 3 points for the Infernos team. Rodney B, the Inferno's star player this entire season so far, even though the season just started, arguably. Thomas tries to go in for a dunk, ends up passing it to Mason, who brings it in for an alley-oop. Again, trying to keep things as close as possible, but you need to work extra hard up against this Inferno teams, especially when Rodney pulls off 3 points like he just did. Minute 50 seconds left on the clock, roughly, for the first quarter. And Infernos get a steal. Rodney brings it down, goes in for a backboard dunk, and nails it. Now the point is double for the Infernos. Rodney's smoking hot right now. Lands in another jump shot. Keep it nice and simple. Still on fire as it is his third shot in the row. Again, calls in another hotspot after the Infernos get a steal and does some sort of funky walk to bring in 4 points for the Infernos team. Again, once the Infernos get the momentum going, they are going to run away with it. Rodney denying another alley-oop attempt, but everybody's trying to get a piece of him. He goes in for the shot, but his toes was still inside the arc, which means it's a 2-point shot as opposed to a 3-point. Rodney tries to go for the steal, could not get it in time, but manages to deny another dunk. Tries to go for a 3-point, but it does get blocked on the up part of the arc. Rodney now trying to just go in for a layup, ends up making it in. And why is this a replay? I don't know, but hey, Rodney looks cool doing it, and that's all that you can ask for these NBA stars. 50 seconds left on the clock for the first quarter. Ford goes in for a dunk, but it gets denied and denied again. Never mind. Thomas tries to go for a layup dunk, but gets denied by Rodney, who goes in for a 3-point shot and lands it from beyond the arc. Now 20 points lead for the Infernos team up against the Bucks. Ford tries to goes in completely. Let's look at this again. So Ford goes in for a backboard oop and passes it over for an alley-oop to Mason that douses the fire and gets a hot spot ready for the Milwaukee Bucks. All that, and Rodney had no idea. He's not happy about it. He goes in for a dunk of his own in response, and definitely lets them know that he is still there. Hotspot is now active for the Bucks. Infernos tried to deny it, but couldn't get it done. Ford brings it in for 3 points for the side of Milwaukee, and they're going to need every single point this game. Rodney goes in for a 2-point dunk with 9.5 seconds left on the clock, almost ready for another hotspot, but not quite. Rodney goes for the alley-oop, barely misses it, and that is going to be the first quarter done. Ball is not going to go in, but it still will be in Milwaukee's possession. Ford is going to be the one to bring it down. Gets pushed over by Rodney, and Thomas lands in 3 points from outside the arc. The only way that you can land 3 points, or at least the only feasible way nowadays. Thomas goes in for the alley-oop and lands another point, opening up with 5 points for the side of the Bucks. Again, they're going to need all the points that they can get. Ford gets the steal, gets the layup. That is now 7 points to start off the second quarter. Inferno's looking a little bit confident. Ronnie tricks the jump shot, passes it to Kobe for the alley-oop slam dunk. So, a little bit of a drought just denied there. Ronnie tries to go for a 3-point, but gets denied, gets the offensive rebound, and again, same thing, goes for gives the ball to Kobe for an alley-oop. It's only 2 points, but 2 points is all that matters here. Defensive rebound for the Infernos. Rodney calls it in. Another hot spot, uses it, and lands home 5 points for the side of the Infernos, extending their lead that much more, effectively negating whatever hope that the Bucks had at the start of the quarter, which was only 1 minute ago, by the way. Rodney gets the rejection, brings it down court, and goes in for a dunk, adding another 2 points to his team's scoreboard. Ford now looking to pass it to Mason, I guess. Mason goes in for a dunk, gets denied by Rodney. Rodney's just moving the ball, tries to go for a 3, but ends up missing. Ogakis gets the rebound and puts it back for 2 points instead. 2 points secured is better than 3 points not secured. Mason steals the ball from the Infernos and goes for a 3-point shot, lands it like it was nothing. Definitely needed that little bit of a break. Rodney tries to respond with a 3-point of his own. He misses it. Mason gets a rebound. Rodney gets a steal, passes it to Ogakis for an alley-oop, and lands the alley-oop for 2 points for the Infernos side. Ford wide open now for a shot, goes in for a backboard shot. Rodney tries to cut him off like he normally does, but it does not work out in this point. 2 points in for Milwaukee. So Rodney instead does the backboard oop himself. Showing Ford that whatever Ford can do, Rodney can do better. And one of them is barely denying dunks. Rodney goes for the pass to Ogakis for an alley-oop, but then goes for an alley-oop himself. And that's how we get the double alley-oop. I think Kobe was trying to set up for a third alley-oop, but either didn't have enough energy or didn't have the time. 50 seconds left of the half, and Rodney not only becomes on fire with his third main shot in a row, but also a hot spot is now available, active. Rodney takes it. Rodney brings home 6 points after spinning our heads right round, baby, right round. If you get the reference, you have good taste in music. But yeah, no, Rodney's showing the Milwaukee team what is up. Not letting anybody try to slow him down. Goes for a dunk, but Ogakis calls for an alley-oop. Rodney, beating the team player that he is, passes it to Ogakis, and that secures 2 points over for the Inferno side. 30 seconds left in the half. Mason tries to go for a dunk, gets denied by Rodney. Rodney goes for a 3-point. Ogakis is there in case he needs the extra help, but that does not seem to be the case here. Instead, Rodney tries to go for a shot, but misses it at close range. That is something very rare to see when you're on fire. But Rodney goes for the steal, takes the shot, and again, misses it. So now we are at the halftime. Milwaukee 24 points to the Infernos 63 points. Again, Infernos showing how much better they have gotten since Ronnie does his training. We do have some substitutions coming in. Anthony Mason is subbing in for Desmond Mason. Mason, I believe that they're related. I am not fully sure on that, but still, we got a Mason going in for a Mason on the side of Milwaukee. Over on the Inferno side, at the same time, Tim Duncan is going to be coming in for Kobe Bryant. They don't want to push Kobe too hard. And then on the Bucks side, Michael Redd comes in for TJ Ford, as well as Joe Smith coming in for Tim Thomas. And then lastly, on the Inferno side, Ron Artis comes in for Ilgakis. Those are all of your substitution for this halftime as we watch some of the replays from the first half. And yeah, no, it's a little bit closer compared to the Bulls, but still, Infernos are just giving the inch and going that extra mile. Mason tries to go for a three-point shot to start us off. Did not work out in his favor. Instead, Rodney opens up with only 2 points, but again, 2 points secured is better than 3 points missed. Red goes in for a dunk, passes it to Mason for an alley-oop, who passes it to Smith for another alley-oop, completely destroying the kneecaps of the Inferno team, who tried their hardest to deny any kinds of dunk, but it still goes through. Okay. Well, a hotspot is available for the Bucks. Rodney does not care. He takes a three-point shot and makes it. Hotspot is now active, and it is taken by the Bucks, and 4 points will be added to their scoreboard. Thank you to Michael Redd. Now Duncan brings it down, passes it over to Rodney, who tries to go for a dunk. Couldn't get it quite, but still puts a dunk right in the face of the Bucks, specifically over by Red. Mason tries to go for the response. Did not work out in his favor. It was denied by Ronnie, and Duncan brings it home from the half court. Mason now brings the ball, does a little juking. Ronnie has the open court to him, goes in for a backboard dunk, and he lands it once again, extending the score. And once again, about to be on fire, goes in for the dunk, but opts to pass it to Duncan for the alley-oop. And either way, it secures 2 points for the side of the Infernos, and Ronnie still has another opportunity to become on fire once again. Goes in for a layup, and with the help of the backboard, brings in another 2 points and triggers his on-fire capabilities. Smith goes in for a dunk to try to douse the flames, and Rodney, so close, but so far that the fire that was on got denied. Mason steals the ball, tries to go for a jump shot, but misses it. Ronnie instead goes for a dunk and makes it, and showing them exactly how it's done here at NBA Jam. Ronnie goes for the steal successfully, passes it to Artis, who loses control of the ball. Instead, it gets in the hands of Red, who brings in 3 points for the side of the Bucks. Ronnie responds with 2 points, which, 3 is better than 2 in most cases, like this one, but I don't think it really matters when you have such a big lead, 35-82, to favoring Infernos. Ronnie tries to go for a dunk, but instead passes to Artis for an alley-oop, who successfully lands those 2 points needed, and 3 points are now added for the Milwaukee Bucks. Again, every point that they could is going to count. Ronnie goes in for a dunk, adding 2 points and setting up a hot spot available for the Infernos. Hang on, folks. I'm just getting word that the NBA committee is going to be looking into some of the things that Ronnie has done in the past few games, because they're starting to believe that Ronnie, as talented as he is, could not have gotten as good as he has as he takes his hot spot. and add 7 points to the Infernos team. But yeah, no, they are going to be looking into things involving Rodney B, and getting us a response as early as next week, as Rodney loses the Flames just as quickly as he gets it with a dunk over by the Milwaukee side. 5 seconds left for the Bucks. Rodney goes for a 3 points, lands it, landing his 5th 3 of the match. And that is going to be the end of the third quarter. Rodney with the rebound. The Infernos maintain possession as they lead 98-40 against the Bucks. The Bucks gets the steal for the ball, kind of. They maintain possession until Rodney shows them exactly how to steal and how to get the fast break. Once again, bringing the score to triple digits for the Inferno side to start off the last quarter of the match. Red tries to go for a dunk, but it gets denied by Artist, of all people. Not Rodney this time. It does not matter, though. Mason brings it in for a layup dunk. Rodney brings it down court, goes in for a dunk, passes it to Artist for the alley-oop in response of the Bucks, taking 2 points away from them. Red now bringing it down, loses control of the ball thanks to Rodney. Gains control back, passes it to Mason for the alley-oop, who just slams it in Rodney's face, of all people. That is probably one person that you are not going to want to annoy, but Red did it. Infernos briefly lose control of the ball. Rodney passes it to Artist for an alley-oop, who lands it after trying to go for a dunk himself. Fantastic team play over for the Inferno side. Speaking of team play, Red passes it to Mason, who just drives the ball in for a layup dunk. Not even anything flashy, just a layup. Rodney responds with a layup of his own. And there was a call for an alley-oop, but I guess Rodney didn't see it, or the call came in a little too late. Regardless, it is 2 points for the side of the Infernos with less than 2 minutes left on the clock for the entire game. Duncan goes for a backboard. Messes up his own shot. That is unfortunate. Red brings it back down and gets 3 points for the side of the Bucks. Milwaukee now has a hotspot ready, but they need to get control of the ball, which they do. Hotspot has been active. Mason gets the sleeper hotspot and brings in 5 points for the Bucks, trying to close that gap as quickly as he and his team could, but it doesn't look like it's going to matter. I think we've reached that mathematical impossibility. Infernos are taking home another win, especially with their home court. Rodney goes for the alley-oop. Artist responds with an alley-oop of his own, and it's just been the Rodney and Artist show this fourth quarter, going from dunks to alley-oops to other alley-oops, and it is just working. Those two are a well-oiled machine, especially for the second half. Now Duncan steals the ball, goes in for a layup, and gets a wide-open layup. 1 minute left of the game. Artist grabs the ball and goes for another fast break, just putting in nail after nail in the coffin. Smith goes for a layup, but it, I guess, landed in Red's hand, who brings it in for what is a technical alley-oop. I don't think that was intentional, but it worked. 2 points in for the Bucks. Rodney gets his 20th dunk of the game after a few alley-oops were called. Another hotspot is ready, is active, and is taken by Rodney B, who brings in another 7 points total for the side of the Infernos. 40 seconds left on the clock. Mason brings it down, goes in for a dunk. Rodney is there, ready to get the rejection. He does so. He goes in for a 3-point, and that brings him on fire. That ends the game right there, especially if there was any doubt before. There are none now. Rodney didn't get the rebound, but did get the deny for the shot. Goes in for a 3-point and gets the 3-point. Once again, with 13.6 seconds left in the game, Rodney goes for another steal. 8 seconds exactly is when he gets another 2 points for the Infernos. Not that it's going to matter. The Bucks have nothing that they can do at this point. Rodney goes for another 3-point, misses it. Red tries to go from all the way across, but it ended up not working out for the Bucks. Final score is 129-56 for the side of the Infernos, all at the hands of Rodney B, who's going to be under investigation. So we're going to see how that's going to turn out next week here as we look at some of the stats for the match tonight. But thank you everybody for tuning in. Hopefully you guys enjoyed what you saw. If you did, be sure to hit that subscribe button right beneath me and leave us a like to let us know that you liked the content.